Hello, everybody! I don't know if you know me, I'm Chris Sky. I've been causing a little bit of problems lately. Sorry we're late. Last night we had our weekly after party at Cherry Beach. And since CTV's been talking about us, we bring DJ Omari there every Saturday. We bring all our equipment. And we have a party that represents freedom and united non-compliance. Last night, the police waited for me to show up to the party around 10:30. I got there. And as soon as I showed up, they sent about 6-7 cops to shut us down, citing so-called laws. So I asked them simply, which laws? Oh, bylaw law. Which bylaw law? The law, the noise law. Oh, okay, which one? I don't have to tell you. Actually, you do. They seem to think they didn't, so they called about 20 more police. And they threatened to arrest us. They threatened to confiscate his equipment. They threatened this, they threatened that. They even had the audacity to assault me when I went over to the DJ booth and tried to turn the music back on. Well, that got us all a little bit angry. And we told them, if you could have done something, you would have done it by now. We're going to turn on our music, we're going to have our party, and there ain't anything you can do about it. So you're either going to stand there, or you're going to join the party. Guess what happened? They said, we're going to go to the other side of the beach, and you guys better be done by the time we get back. Sure, we were there till 3 in the morning. And the only reason I'm late today is because all the police could do was tow my vehicle. There was a whole lineup of cars on the road. Many of them were there when we got there, but guess which one was towed? I'm sure it's just merely a coincidence. So I can't wait to see what they see about us in CTV today, or CBC, or CP24, or everywhere else they're trying to talk about us. The more they talk about us, the more people know who we are. And the more they know what we represent. And that is that freedom is essential. They want to talk about responsibility. They want to talk about the science. We could debate the science forever en masse. The science, besides the point that they don't work, the science is irrelevant. The fact is, it's about freedom of choice, and it's about the progression of the erosion of our rights. And it starts with, oh, it's just a mask, and then it's, oh, it's just contact tracing, and then, oh, it's just mandatory vaccines twice a year to keep Bill Gates with trillions of dollars in his pocket to keep you as sick as possible. But no, it's all okay. It's no big deal. It is a big deal. And we have to stand up and we have to say no. And those exemption cards are doing their job. Yeah. On the way up here, I got a call from a friend of mine. He said, I went to Longo's today. You know what happened? I'm like, oh God, here we go. Another horror story. He said, they didn't even question me. I wonder why. Could it be because of a certain viral video? Could it be that our cards are waking up millions of people? I got calls from Rwanda, from Germany, from all over the world talking about those cards because what they represent is education and awareness. And that's what we need to combat ignorance and fear. That's what we need. They're spreading ignorance and they're spreading fear through that ignorance. And we're spreading the truth. And that's why the fake news media called the cards fake, called the cards scams, called the cards anything you want. We have video of our friend going to Dollarama. The security guard says, I'm not accepting that card. I literally just saw it on TV. It's fake. And then he put on the gloves like he was going to escort my friend out with force. His supervisor came over, whispered something in his ear, and guess what? They had to honor the exemption. Let me be clear. The card can be a blank card with a picture of my face. As long as it says, I have a medical exemption, you are exempt. That's all that matters. They cannot ask why, they can't ask what it is, they can't ask for proof. They just have to let you into the store. So what does that mean? It means mandatory masks are not mandatory. That's why they have to leave you a way out. They can't take your rights from you. They have to make you give them up. They have to scare you, tell you it's for your safety, tell you that you're irresponsible. They have to try to make you look bad. They have to try to ostracize you.
every which way possible. It's all about trying to get you to comply with something that you know is not in your best interest. So what do we say when someone tries to get us to comply with something we know is not in our best interest? Or how about just no? Medical freedom is essential. Freedom in general is essential. If you do not know your rights, if you do not protect your rights, they will take your rights. And that's what we're seeing. We've seen it already. We're seeing the progression. We're seeing where this is headed. That's why we're marching today against these masks. Because the mask becomes the contact tracing, which becomes the vaccination, which becomes you being a slave. It's that simple. If you don't have a choice of what you can put in your own body, how far-fetched is it for them to say, oh, you don't believe our coronavirus propaganda? You must be crazy. You must be mandated mental health care. It's not a joke, and that's exactly where we're headed. But we're going to stop it. We have millions of people who know where we are. We're going to inundate public health with so many phone calls of people that are not getting their exemption honored. I'm going to force them to make a public health statement. Because right now they give all these businesses these wonderful little pamphlets that they can put up in their window. And what do they say? Masks are mandatory. They conveniently leave out the part about the exemption, which is the most important part. And it's done on purpose because they want the confusion. They want the business owners and the customers to fight each other. It's all about division. Why? Because when we're united and not complying, there's nothing they can do. So this, once again, is the summer of united non-compliance. And we're marching all across Canada, unified under one banner, and that banner is freedom is essential. That is not a tagline. It is the very foundation of a successful society. And it doesn't go away because there's a pandemic or any other type of emergency. No, your freedoms and your rights are just as important, if not more important, during an emergency. Because that's what holds us all together. That's what keeps us together. That's what keeps us strong. And that's why they want to divide us, so they can control us and subjugate us. And every time they try to divide us, we're going to say no. We're going to come together. Like we came together at Cherry Beach last night. We have people of all walks of life. We have people of all ages, just like we have here. It's Canada on a plate. And we're coming back in one voice to say that we've had enough, and we're not going to take it. We drew our line in the sand with these masks, and when we stopped the masks, we stopped everything else. Thank you, everybody. Let's have a great time on this march. Love you all.